Make it a prayer even. Lord, I am determined to kick porn out of my life because I hate this and I want this. In this video, I'm going to take you through the steps on how to get very clear on your why, the reason you have behind wanting to quit watching porn. Not knowing your why behind trying to quit porn, masturbation, or lust is like being in a sailboat with no sails, carried along by the direction of the water and rarely in the way you want to go. Knowing your why gives you clarity and the ability to move towards things that bring you healing and freedom in your life. It also keeps you from the rocks and the sandbars that snag you or sometimes shipwreck you. But finding this clarity is not always as simple as we'd like. Jay here on Shackle Road, where I discuss tips, tactics, and routines to help Christian men break free from watching porn for good and to live lives of freedom. Now let's get started. Your why needs to be internal. Why is quitting personal for you? Research shows that internal motivation is more effective at achieving your desired goals. But so often, the immediate response to the question, what is your why behind wanting to quit porn, leads to answers like, I want to do it for my wife, my marriage, my kids, my reputation. These aren't bad, but they only have to do with things outside of yourself or how others perceive you. They have little to do with your underlying why. And often these lead to burnout or giving up. On Shackle Road, the first thing we ask you to do is to create your lists of I hates and I wants. Here's the idea. Draw a line down the center of a sheet of paper or use a notebook open to 2 blank pages, one on each side. At the top of the left-hand side, write I hates, and on the top of the right side, write I wants. Begin writing your list of I hates. What do you hate about watching porn? What are the effects it produces in your life? What does it steal from you? What does it make you think and feel about you and your relationships or the things you do? Aim for writing down at least 5 and add more if you can. On the other side, write your lists of I wants. Don't just write the opposites of your hates. What would freedom from porn allow in your life? What would it say about you? What would you believe about yourself that you don't currently? And what would it enable you to do? What would it look like if you were free? Again, aim for writing down 5 things, add more if possible. Here are some examples from my I hates. I hate that I feel sidelined and that God can't use me. I hate that it makes me doubt my salvation. And for my I wants, I want to be the kind of guy who thinks his wife is sexy and thinks about her alone. I want to know that I'm truly God's son. We will use these lists to get to your why, but I want you to get about creating these right now. Seriously, pause the video and make your lists. The time is on the screen if you need to find your spot here later. Now that you have your lists, I want you to read them over. First with your I hates and then your I wants. Take your time. Read them slowly. Allow yourself to feel the weight of them. Which of the I hates really stands out to you? Circle it. Then read the I wants. Which of the I wants really stands out to you and circle that one. This next step I adapted from Matt Dobschutz's book, Porn Free, Becoming the Type of Man That Does Not Look at Porn. Check it out if you want. There's a link in the description. Now complete this sentence. I am determined to kick porn out of my life because I hate, and plug in your circle I hate. And I want, plug in your circled I want. This is your why. It is the first thing you will use to feed your new man. It is also your guidepost, and here's what I mean. As you feel drawn towards acting out, your I hate reminds you of where it leads, and your I want reminds you of what it steals. And as you grow day to day in your journey of becoming porn free, your I want will remind you to make choices towards what you want to become, and your I hate of that which you want to leave behind. So let's get started using it. Over the next 24 hours, I want you to say it or read it to yourself at least 12 times throughout the day. Don't do it all at once. Spread it out. Take in what your statement is saying. Agree with it. Make it a prayer even. Lord, I am determined to kick porn out of my life because I hate this and I want this. Accomplish this in my life and be my sole source of strength today. After the 24 hours is up, take a moment in your morning routine to read through your I hates and I wants and repeat your why out loud, even if it's in a whisper. Feel free to update your lists or your statement over time. The longer you are in this journey, the more aware you become of what porn is stealing from you and what freedom from it looks like for the person you are becoming. Please like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. And if there is a topic that you'd like me to discuss, leave it in the comments below. It's time to be free, guys. Go chase it. Jay out.